You are waiting. You tell yourself you are preparing, planning, gathering resources, but the truth is simpler and more devastating. You are waiting for someone to arrive and rescue you from the life you have been building through your own choices. You are waiting for the perfect mentor to appear and show you the way. You are waiting for circumstances to align. You are waiting for permission. You are waiting for courage to find you instead of creating it yourself. And while you wait, your life continues without you. Days turn into months. Months turn into years. And the person you could have become remains trapped inside the prison of your own hesitation. Carl Jung understood something most people never accept. The hero you are waiting for is not coming, because the hero is not outside you. The hero is the part of yourself you have been refusing to activate. Listen closely. This is the reality check you need but have been avoiding. No one is coming to save you, not your parents, not your partner, not your friends, not society, not the government, not your employer, not some divine intervention that rewards your patience with a life you did not earn. The hero archetype is not about someone else swooping in to rescue you. It is about you answering the call to rescue yourself. It is about you descending into your own darkness, facing your own shadow, slaying your own dragons, and emerging transformed. But you cannot do this while you are sitting on the sidelines of your own existence, waiting for someone else to write your story. Jung spoke of the hero's journey as a psychological necessity, not a metaphor. It is the process by which you individuate, by which you become who you actually are instead of who you were conditioned to be. And this journey has a non-negotiable requirement. You must leave the familiar. You must step into the unknown. You must face what you have been avoiding. And you must do this alone. Not because isolation is noble, but because no one else can do your psychological work for you. No one else can integrate your shadow. No one else can confront your fears. No one else can reclaim the parts of yourself you abandoned to gain approval. The hero archetype is active, not passive. The hero does not wait for the right moment. The hero creates the moment through action. The hero does not wait for permission. The hero grants themselves permission through courage. The hero does not wait for external validation. The hero validates themselves through commitment to their own transformation. And this is where most people fail. They mistake the hero archetype for something outside themselves. They believe they need to find their calling as if it exists somewhere separate from them, waiting to be discovered. But your calling is not hiding. Your calling is the voice inside you that you have been silencing every time you choose comfort over growth, every time you choose distraction over discipline, every time you choose the familiar prison over the unknown possibility. You have been trained to seek external solutions to internal problems. You consume content endlessly, searching for the one piece of advice that will finally change everything. You attend seminars, you read books, you follow experts. And all of this can be valuable, but only if you understand its limitation. Knowledge without action is just sophisticated procrastination. Inspiration without implementation is just emotional entertainment. You do not need more information, you need more courage. You need to stop researching your life and start living it. You need to stop planning your transformation and start enacting it. The shadow knows this. The shadow is the part of you that understands you have been hiding behind preparation. The shadow sees that you have been using learning as a defense against doing. The shadow recognizes that you have been collecting tools you never intend to use, because using them would require you to risk failure, to risk judgment, to risk discovering that you are not as capable as you pretended to be. And this fear is real, but it is not more powerful than you. It only feels that way because you have been giving it authority over your choices. Jung taught that the hero must descend into the underworld. This is not literal. This is psychological. The underworld is your unconscious. It is where you have buried everything you judged as unacceptable. Your anger, your grief, your shame, your desires, your ambition, your rage. Everything that did not fit the persona you constructed to survive your environment. And until you descend, until you face what you have been avoiding, you remain fragmented. You remain at war with yourself. You remain powerless because your power is locked in the very shadows you refuse to acknowledge. The rescue fantasy is seductive because it absolves you of responsibility. If you are waiting to be saved, then your current condition is not your fault. If you are waiting for the right circumstances, then your inaction is justified. If you are waiting for someone to believe in you before you believe in yourself, then you can avoid the terror of stepping forward without guarantee. But this is a trap. This is the ego protecting itself from change. Because change requires you to admit that you have been complicit in your own stagnation, that you have been choosing safety over significance. that you have been betraying yourself every day by refusing to honor what you know is true. No one is coming to give you permission to pursue what matters to you. No one is coming to tell you that you are ready. No one is coming to validate your dreams before you prove them through action. And waiting for these things is how you lose your life. Not dramatically, but quietly. Day by day, choice by choice. Until one morning you wake up and realize you spent decades preparing for a life you never actually lived. The hero archetype demands action. Not reckless action. Not impulsive action. But committed action in the face of uncertainty. It demands that you move before you feel ready. That you speak before you have all the answers. That you risk before you have eliminated all possibility of failure. Because readiness is not a feeling that arrives. Readiness is a choice you make. You decide you are ready, and then you prove it through your behavior. Look at your life right now. What are you waiting for? What story are you telling yourself about why you cannot begin? What external condition are you using to justify your internal paralysis? And be honest, brutally honest, because self-deception is the enemy of transformation. You cannot change what you refuse to see. You cannot integrate what you will not acknowledge. And most people spend their entire lives lying to themselves about why they are not living, why they are not creating, why they are not becoming who they know they could be. Jung understood that the hero's journey is not about defeating external enemies. It is about integrating internal fragments. Every dragon you face is a part of yourself you have disowned. Every challenge you overcome is a piece of your psyche you have reclaimed. And every time you take action in alignment with your truth, you become more whole, more powerful, more yourself. But you must begin. You must stop waiting. You must stop consuming and start creating. You must stop learning and start doing. You must stop preparing and start participating in your own transformation. Because time is moving. Every day you wait is a day you will never recover. Every opportunity you postpone is an opportunity that may never return. And the cost of your hesitation is not just missed experiences. The cost is your self-respect. The cost is your integrity. The cost is the growing gap between who you say you are and what your behavior reveals you actually value. The hero does not need perfect conditions. The hero acts within imperfect conditions and transforms them through commitment. The hero does not need certainty. The hero moves forward despite uncertainty and discovers capability through action. The hero does not need external validation. The hero validates themselves through the courageous act of showing up, day after day, even when no one is watching, even when no one cares, even when progress is invisible. This is your reality check. You are the only one who can save you. You are the only one who can choose differently. You are the only one who can integrate your shadow, face your fears, and step into the unknown that transformation requires. And if you do not do this, no one will do it for you. Your life will simply continue as it has been. Same patterns, same limitations, same quiet desperation disguised as contentment. But if you activate the hero within you, if you stop waiting and start acting, everything changes. Not overnight, not magically, but gradually, through the accumulation of courageous choices, you become someone who no longer needs saving. You become someone who saves themselves. And eventually, you become someone capable of helping others do the same. The call has already been issued. You have heard it. You have felt it. That restlessness inside you. That dissatisfaction with how things are. That knowing that you are capable of more. That is not a problem. That is not a weakness. That is the hero archetype activating within your psyche. That is your unconscious demanding that you individuate, that you become whole, that you stop betraying yourself by living a life that belongs to someone else's expectations. Answer the call. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Not when circumstances align. Now, today, with whatever you have, from wherever you are. Take one action that honors who you actually are instead of who you have been pretending to be. One action that moves you toward your truth instead of away from it. One action that proves to yourself that you are no longer waiting to be saved, because you are finally ready to save yourself. The hero's journey is not optional if you want to live fully. It is the price of consciousness. It is the cost of transformation. And it begins the moment you stop looking outside yourself for rescue and start looking within yourself for the courage you have been carrying all along. No one is coming, and that is not a tragedy. That is your liberation. Because when you stop waiting for someone else to change your life, you discover that you have always had the power to change it yourself. You just needed to stop giving that power away to the fantasy that someone else would do it for you. This is your moment. This is your call. This is your opportunity to activate the hero within and finally begin the journey you have been postponing. The question is not whether you are ready. The question is whether you are willing, and only you can answer that through your next choice.